Steve Minotti here in Saybrook, New Hampshire with Steve Contarino. Steve is a massive checker collector, historian, and also pieces, parts, and vehicles. One really unusual vehicle I bet you've never seen before. It's a checker marathon, but instead of the usual 6-cylinder or V8 powered gas motor, what does this one have?
It's a Perkins 4-cylinder, Steve.
Now the Perkins was basically, it was an American built. Was it British? The Perkins motor?
No, it was actually made in America. It was an industrial type engine. Yeah, made for a lot of industrial applications. Yeah.
I guess we'll take a look at that.
Sure.
Perkins diesel. And again, the vast majority is either had a straight 6 gasoline motor or sometimes small V8 from Chevrolet. But here we have something very uncommon.
Yeah, there it is.
How many of these were built with the Perkins engine?
Somewhere around 100, most for export. But it's a very unique power plant. And that's what I like about it, because not only is it a checker with a Perkins, it's the first American-made production car with a diesel. So it's got that historical significance to it as well.
And I guess taxi fleets would be very interested in economy, and diesel, of course, probably get 50 miles to the gallon, something like 40 or something like that.
Yeah, but it really wasn't something that took off, because although diesel at the time was cheaper, the trade-off for the power, it's got a lot of torque, but it doesn't have a lot of speed, just like any diesel. Because remember, the transmission is only going to allow it to do what it can do. And it didn't do well in America. It did well on export, but it was only a 2-year, 68, 69, and gone. And there were 3 prototypes that were made that were taxi cabs in New York City, never went anywhere.
Yeah. Of course, naturally aspirated, no turbos here, just naturally. Probably like 50 horsepower?
Maybe, yeah, something like that.
So
yeah.
we'll take a walk around the side and we'll look inside.
It takes a while to get there, but it's fun doing it.
And you can open the doors. And of course, the great thing about the Checker Marathon was basically it was born to be a taxi cab and minimal options, although this has air conditioning. Or see AC?
No AC. This Checker did not have AC. And I don't mind that. You know, it's a fun car. But what it does have is, of course, the famous
massive back seat. If you've ever been in New York City back in the 60s, you probably rode in a Checker. Yeah. Big back seat.
Yeah, and they fold
little jump seats
up out of the way. That's what kept them going from the early 50s to 1982 was the fact that it was a 5-passenger rear compartment. No other auto manufacturer could do that because of the way the doors opened and because of the way the seat could actually fold up. I mean, this person had some leg room, but this person really didn't have a lot of leg room.
So from one block to the next, you jump in and jump out, pay the fare, and be gone.
No problem. Yeah.
And again, lots of trunk room on these, massive for suitcases, baggage of all kinds.
Yeah.
We'll open the trunk and see what we find. And again, the checkered body basically lasted, I think, 1955 all the way through 1982 when they start production. And the years on this was 55 through 82, this body style. 59
through 82. Some small changes, tail lights changed, some of the headlight brows changed. The big change that you'll always notice is the bumpers. We have early cars here, so they have the chrome bumper. But what Checker also went to in 1973 was the full girder-looking bumper, the aluminum girder bumper. Yeah. And that's what you know, Checker was known for. A lot of comments on that girder type bumper that was, you know, made heavy duty for the city. And that was because of the 5-mile-an-hour crash. These bumpers wouldn't take it. This particular Checker was bought new by one man. I'm only the second owner, and he took advantage of that extra space. And this is not a Checker option. But what we have here is an additional fuel tank.
Oh, okay.
So that's what you're seeing over here is his creation of an additional fuel tank. So with the mileage that this car gets, with an extra fuel tank, you can do quite a run with this and not have to stop.
25-gallon tank under the trunk.
Under
it's filled here.
Yep.
And of course, never use anything but diesel in this one. Of course, no gasoline.
Well,
purely diesel. Oh, go ahead.
74 octane.
Okay.
Or better. So you can do whatever. Kerosene, diesel, a little mixture of both. So yeah, it'll run on pretty much anything. And that was the great thing about this thought process. But again, it just didn't go anywhere. And I'd get in this car and drive to California right now. I really would. It's just a fun car. Gets out on the road, and once it gets into its groove, it'll do 70.
And while we're here, let's take a peek at a larger checker right here.
The wagon
here.
This is a later one. This is 72. They made a lot of these. The wagon was something that was pretty popular. This is a 4-door wagon. They also made a 6-door and an 8-door wagon. And the wagon was really something that they got a lot of calls for. This particular car, though, has a lot of prototype parts on it. So one of the things that you'll notice right off the bat is, see the wheel well? That's designed for a 16-inch tire for my 2017 Checker. If you look at the older model, see that fender?
That's sort of squared
it's
off.
skirted off. So this design was made for the Aerobus version of the Checker, and we felt that was more appropriate on a later model car. So we actually used this design on this particular car because it had all the LED lights, and it also had some different prototype parts on it.
And to that point, there's a chance that Checker may be making cars again sometime in the not too distant future. More on that in another video. But in the meantime, let's continue our walk here. Now, of course, there was an airport limousine, like you say, 6-door, 8-door, but you could also buy a Checker wagon for family use, and that's what this is.
That's what this is. Yeah.
So instead of
this is a 2-owner car. I'm the 3rd owner. This car came from Washington State. And, as I said before, Checker used the same body design for many, many years. So don't look for that, auction site gap in the wheels. I mean, in the doors and trunks, because Checker never did well with that. That was good enough. The door closed, and that was it. Believe me, that's not unusual on a Checker, because everything was just so overused. It's not unusual.
And these were built in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
From
what year until what year?
In Kalamazoo, they were built there from like the 50s until 1982.
And I do see some General Motors. The steering wheel is certainly a GM part.
Oh, yeah.
And what Checker would sometimes do, and they made their own bodies, and I believe frames too, axles and things, transmission. It came from
General Motors,
GM.
General Motors, yep.
But here we have the GM shifter on the column.
Exactly.
And this one, I see AC on this one. That's a nice thing.
Yep.
The
this
Checker
one has
radio, the AM radio right there with the Checker logo right there below the buttons. Kind of cool. Full gauge package in this.
Yeah.
Very utilitarian.
Yeah.
We'll close this to hopefully close this with a thud. And there we go.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
And it says V8.
Yeah. So this one is a 350 in this.
So unlike the Diesel 4 we saw in the other Checker, this one has the biggest possible engine, the 350 Chevy small block, under the hood. And of course, Checker never made their own engines. Maybe in the 1920s, did they, or get them from other?
No, I think that was something they always sourced. But yeah, this is what it looks like with their 350. Yeah. And this particular one, like I said, I'm the 3rd owner, so it's kind of unique.
And here's the body tag, Checker Motors Corp, Kalamazoo, Michigan, serial number, motor number, transmission, etc., axle, brakes, color. So a beautiful example of the breed. So from the Diesel with the 4-cylinder to the wagon with the Chevy V8, the 350, we've kind of seen both ends of the power and economy scheme. So I want to thank you, Steve, and we'll be back with more Checker history here in wonderful Saybrook, Massachusetts, Saybrook, New Hampshire.
Yeah, Saybrook, New Hampshire.
So, yeah. Well, thanks for watching. We'll be back with more.